second team is just outside of Slurpy Swamp with them. It's going to be Flakes and Gone. They need to be careful because Peterbot and Ozzy are warming up and getting more and more dangerous as time goes on.
Oh, but Cammy, he's running out of mobility options and he is being chased out. Jacob already looking grim as far as his HP can take him though. And he'll buy a little bit more time here, but Gone and Flakes, they're not looking to let things settle. The rest of the lobby also taking notice of this team that's under duress, and Jacob will be forced to duck underneath that bridge, try to reunite with Cammy. Gone and Flakes gonna tarp their way through. They've got enough hard mats to make it happen, but you don't want to burn all of your material too early on.
Yep, it's Flakes and Gone, but let's go ahead and take a listen in for Thomas HD and Somerset and how they're playing through this endgame.
1.5, 55. I think we're just gonna have to be a little aggressive.
Wait, there's a guy. That was the guy from before.
Yeah, there's a team buff.
I like that. I like that. Everybody knows Thomas HD, probably the IGL from the team, but Somerset just letting her opinion be known. We might have to play a little bit aggressive, giving up that information. And if I'm Thomas HD and my teammate says, look, we got to start getting aggressive to close the gap, I would be with it, especially if I got a Mammoth.
Thomas was just so nonchalant about that elimination too. It's like he had no other expectations but for it to go his way as Alex finds yet another knock, potentially having been stolen away from him though, but no, it is credited. Nate Hill will one more time be added to the tally count here for Alex and Loserfruit. Oceano showing up big right now, and Loserfruit herself, she said, all I want is to place higher than Lockie. And with the way that Alex is firing off on all cylinders right now, he might be able to make it happen.
A power grudge match, and honestly, Alex with those 7 eliminations as that one gets taken away by Cold and possibly Faxity as well. I think this might be the most eliminations we've actually been able to see. I know it's only been 1.5 games so far, but with reboots turned off, that's where the pressure is really going to be felt. Nate Hill, Regs separated a little bit too far for their own liking, especially since they're both going to feel a little bit of that max pull. Regs is going to go down to Thomas HD. One more elimination point for them, and now that leaves Nate Hill by himself.
Cold's bound to have spotted out that body loot though, that Regs just popped off directly underneath their current position. Courage, a little bit pressed here for the loadout, but he's at least got 150 in that chug jug. They can still work with this. They would definitely like a refresh because every elimination point, we're gonna need to see some of these teams start going big like other individuals already have.
Yeah, this might be one of them. You see, he does have that exotic SMG. Every time he reloads, he does get that 0-point dash effect a little bit. Doesn't last a long time, but hey, in an endgame this chaotic, it's the little difference makers that really count. As Jacob and Cam are just trying to go ahead and cement their position. They know it's not a far rotation to zone, but how dangerous this lobby is. They blink and things could turn sideways. Instead of going through, Moxie, Cypher going up and over, and Stable, Ronaldo, Kanata are trying to get denied entry.
Everybody just preventing Ronaldo and Kanata from moving even 1 inch closer. They're gonna be forced to actually pull back, try and drop as much wall coverage as possible, but it's Peterbot and Ozzy that are refusing to let Kanata and Ronaldo get any closer. They want full control of this low ground position, and they've got it. They've made Kanata and Ronaldo use so much of their builds. Ronaldo doesn't really have a whole lot left to work with. They're gonna need to find an elimination for a refresh.
Yep, and this is a good opportunity here. Of course, they want a shockwave to the front, but at least they're able to get a little bit of point of view where their competition is at. As soon as they make their way there, box up, let a lot of the zone start to open up. But 2 of 2 games so far. Queasy and Nick F30 going for that early high ground, 8 zone. There's still a couple more, so hopefully it works out this time.
But it's the Queasy Classic. Get high, don't die. He said Nick was moving earlier while they were doing their warm-ups this morning. And Nick, he knows sole responsibility. Just apply pressure to whatever angle that Queasy doesn't have full tabs on. They just want to prevent anybody from moving up with them.
Got to be careful for those shockwaves. Any team down below could shockwave up. Try to hit a little bit of surprise attack. Ozzy went down not too long ago, which leaves Peterbot by himself. And I said the same thing about Cold. It's a different feeling when you're Peterbot as a solo. He doesn't have to play to help Ozzy. He doesn't have to play to help a duo. He can just play as a solo without a worry, but it comes crashing down for Nick at 30 as Gone and Flakes look up and send them packing.
And Queasy, he doesn't have any mobility. He's going to be forced to actually commit to those lower layers unless he can find a refresh. But the punishment is steep. Peterbot catches Flake completely off guard. Gone now going to be forced to work as a solo from this current zone, and Gone, he's longer can you realistically buy time with this loadout?
Peterbot behind him does have that shockwave. He can make his presence known in the blink of an eye, so Gon has to be careful. A lot of our solos just trying to look bigger than they actually are. Clix is even going for the high ground. Peterbot finds his way in. The legendary slurp juice that he got from Ozzy paying off big.
Anybody else, you wouldn't even bat an eye, but for Peterbot, he's used to working in this kind of operation. The solo scenario is what he can actually pop off in best, but Lacey, Clix, they're a duo compadre unit. They don't have to worry about anybody else because they're taking advantage, just spraying all these teams to the low ground.
They have the Chug Jug, they have the Slurp down below. Peterbot is trying to hold on to his position, spraying to the backside of the zone. That's Faxity that's feeling a little bit of pressure as they get shockwave up and off. Clix, Lacey do not have high ground anymore. In fact, they're going to get sneak off for it. First down going to be cleaned up. Clix is firing on all cylinders.
And Clix better because that shockwave sent Lacey the wrong direction, but it doesn't matter. Clix, he finds Alex. That's a huge shutdown to Loser Fruit's team. And even with Clix losing Lacey, he looks like he's got things fully under control in the high ground.
He has to be careful though. He has no real way down in terms of safety. No shockwaves, no crash pads, but he's making sure nobody can look up, so it will not be a worry, especially with the zone floating on over to the side of that mountain. Another solo is going to be Peterbot, and he's running out of his Chug Jug, and he's running out fast.
That zone was looking awfully devious, but the way that it's pulling back over this elevation is actually going to be a huge benefit to Clix. He's got these pre-existing builds. All he has to do is keep the pressure at an all-time high. Peterbot might be forced to drop here in a moment, though, but who's he going to drop into? Could it be Cooper? Could it be Kanata? No, instead, layer transition back towards that secondary height. Venom sent to the abyss off that shockwave, and Daya, she'll meet her end, though.
Now, every single person left alive in this game is a solo in this competition, and Seti's just trying to work his way through. All he has is the bare minimum, the Siphon Match, but if you look up, no, that's not an Angel, that's Clix, and he has more legendary slurp juices that he knows what to do with. This is a Clix game.
Kanata, he's reliving the practice moments currently. He doesn't have any heals this time, though, and Seti, don't know if he's in the same kind of position, but look at Clix, an absolute menace in the high ground, just causing so much mayhem for the two down below. Seti finds Kanata. Now it's all up to Clix. Clix trying to make sure he just doesn't get chopped down. Seti, he's got a way to make his way towards the high ground. Clix can't afford to drop. He has to use all of his builds. He still has a couple of slurp juices remaining. He's gonna look for Seti. He wants the finishing shot. He doesn't need the heal up, but he might just look to play it safe anyway.
Siphon Mats are so important. That changes the game completely from the situation we're in. Double slurp juice pop. He sends Seti flying outside of the zone, but back he goes, and back he does it. Clix and Lacey win game number 2.
They said they were all night, and it doesn't matter what anybody else might make of it because they came prepared here today. The performance is peaking, Jacob. A victory royale in game 2, and Frankie, even more to say.
If there's anything we learned from that last game, it's that America's sweetheart never plays it safe. Clix, the two of you take the high ground. Lacey goes down. What's your reaction?
I might have shockwave Lacey into zone, and I knew that would have been a big sell, but it doesn't matter because I won it, so it's all good.
Is that why he sent you into the zone? Because he wanted to do it as a solo, Lacey?
He sent me into the zone, but I trusted him the whole way. I never had a doubt he was winning that.
And while he is winning it, are you talking to him or are you like, I gotta stay silent, let him do his thing?
I was just giving him simple comms, mats, refreshes, pop his slurp before he goes down to fights, and letting him play.
And you are loving those shockwaves because we saw that Seti got shockwaved into the zone in those final moments. In a way, it kind of won you the game. Is this your favorite item right now in Reload?
Honestly, my favorite item is a spaz. They need to bring the spaz back.
Well, I know that a lot of people from Epic Games are watching, so they might take on your suggestion. But how satisfying was that solo moment? How did you keep track of everything from the high ground?
Honestly, I just kept on building up and up where shockwaves can't get to that height limit, so you basically have no threat. You just keep on playing your game and spraying.
Now, there's an interesting situation that happened at the start of that game, which was that Peterbot and Aussie Antics, they dropped on our leaders from the first game, Cooper and Zemi. Are you worried they're going to be coming your way?
The thing is, me and Peter got a good alliance going on, so honestly, keep on dropping on Cooper and Zemi.
Excuse me, we want a fair fight. Hopefully we're going to have one. Before we head to the break though, please, Galen Center, show your appreciation for Clix and Lacey. We'll be right back.
Fortnite fam, I must be dreaming. Clix Lacey Victory Royale game number 2 in the craziest 1v1 I feel like I've seen in so long. Clix holding height for so much of that end game, and then utilizing those shockwaves to just disrupt SETI, just saying, hey, I know you think you know what up, down, left, right is. Well, this shockwave is about to send shockwaves through your mind.
How did he have so many, right? Throwback to when Frankie was talking to them. He's like, yeah, Clix might have shockwaved me into Storm, right? How do you have enough to go ahead and do that to your teammate, launch yourself up like 7 times? As you can see, Clix is very, very comfortable in this meta. This is why I was talking about the fact that a lot of the reload items, they're callbacks to previous competitions way back years ago. Clix has been a player that's been playing for a very long time, instantly comfortable with all of the items that are going to be in this competition, which is why, of course, he was like, listen, those purple pumps, please bring them back.
Yeah, Clix really set our expectations quite high for the rest of the competition. And, you know, like you were saying, he was doing such a good job on the solo high ground and getting an elimination onto Podesai and then getting an elimination onto Alex. By being a solo player, that's when we typically see these pros kind of tend to take a step back, slow down a little bit. But Clix was the exact opposite. He just kind of put his foot on the gas pedal there and just kept going. And obviously, it came down to him and SETI in the final 1v1 Vivid. And it got kind of close.
Yeah, it did get kind of close. SETI is like, please stop throwing shockwaves at me. He's like, how do you have so many, right? Like I was mentioning, Clix just kept going up and up and up. Not to mention, Clix, when he dropped all the way down to the low ground and initially lost the high ground, he had no mats. He had nothing to work with. For some reason, there's like a pool of loot down there, a little llama for him to go ahead and help him clutch that game up.
I love to see it. I also love to see Lacey running around the arena right now, getting everyone really hyped up. That's what you want to see. If you do go down, and if even your own teammate goes down, you got to keep your mental straight.
I mean, when we saw that moment, we saw Clix get up, get excited. Yeah. We have that listen in. Let's hear from what this game happened and how it all went down.
Keep on looking, keep on looking, keep on looking. I'm spinning you mats, and I'm gonna go down on walls, okay? I'm connecting. Wait, I'm shocking, sorry. Don't, no. You shocked me, bro. I know, I said I'm shockwaving. You're good. 100. Dead. I'm going on height again, I'm going on height. 200. Kill 3 on height.
Make it, I don't make 4 shocks. 5 shocks, have 3 mats.
Let's go! Let's go!
To be fair, Zeke, Clix did come that he was shockwaving.
You know, we all know how chaotic Fortnite games can get. Technically, he did comment. We'll just let it slide, because you know what, he got a Victory Royale. So at the end of the day, it's all good. And now they're currently holding that #1 spot, 27 points. It is looking so good, but look right behind them, right? Cooper and Zemi, they're still holding strong as well.
Whoa, 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 but right behind them, tied up 24 points there. I see SETI and Dia sneaking into 3rd place right there. You know, I was swore that team was going to be good on paper. But yeah, Cooper and Zemi, again, instantly getting contested towards the top of the leaderboard right there. That just shows how close these Fortnite competitions really are.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it after game #1, that once Peterbot gets eliminated by someone, once he gets down, he wants to go for that 1st place player. He wants to prove himself. And unfortunately, if you're going up against Cooper, it might be a little bit risky. And obviously, Aussie Antics being left alone there definitely spelled a little bit of a disaster. So I don't know if we're necessarily going to be seeing that strat again out of them. But Cooper, Zemi, 2 strong games in a row, Vivid.
Yeah, I mean, super, super strong with them. Like you were mentioning, Kelly, the early contestation over at the Dirty Docks. Things already getting spicy over there. Peterbot and Aussie landing over that way. I was like, whoa, 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 what happened? How is Bugha taking out Aussie and this and that happening? Everything's going crazy already.
Yeah, you know, and still game 2. Zeke, we have so much more. There might be a possibility that we see Peterbot pull out the teeny strat and just land in a new spot every single game.
I would love that. And the only other thing I want to see out of these games that I've seen too much of is my boy Ali-A getting bullied, okay? Leave Ali-A alone. Let him play his game for once. But man, Nika Podesai as well, going sicko mode in these games. Reload is just so much fun. I'm loving this like extra layer of just chaos, right? Again, you just never, like, as you're swapping perspectives, you never know what a player's gonna have. Sometimes it's a loadout where you're seeing, oh, shotgun, AR. Sometimes you've got shocks. Sometimes you've got some crazy mythic or exotic.
You know, you mentioned layer, and I really like the layer that they're playing here. They're kind of going for the second high ground, and you can see even in those clips right there that they're paying attention to high ground. They're peeking behind. They're going for those chops because they understand that although eliminations are great on the low ground, there's just so many question marks on if a player just pops in behind you and gets an elim, but high ground is a little less contested.
Guys, I want more action. Let's get back up on that battle bus. Taco, Jacob PR, over to you.
Games. We want more games. And I'm honestly keeping my ear to the street. The whole Fortnite community is saying this is fun. This is what it's all about, and I can agree.
That leaderboard was looking crazy, though. Seti and Daya, you cannot sleep on their performance so far today. And Jacob, we're about to hit the halfway point. Because game 3 is ready to ride.
This is it, like you're saying, the halfway point, and you saw that leaderboard. And it's not necessarily going the way that I thought. It's not elimination heavy. It's been consistency in the placements and making these top 5s, making these top 3s. So this is what it's really all about. Maybe you could close the gap in the last half of the day, but who knows?
One thing's for sure, though, Faxity and Reason playing that third-party contest at Dirty Dogs has made it very difficult for Flakes and Gone to find that level of consistency in comparison to Zemi and Cooper. They've just been silently sliding through those end games. We saw their game 1 pop off too, and other teams, they're gonna have to step it up or they'll fall behind.
Yeah, it's really, really important here because this is a good like pacing game, seeing where you're at versus the rest of the pack. It's almost like testing your strategy. Is it working? But Benno just keeping his eyes peeled, sees Lacey land a little short. There goes half of the HP. And I don't think Benno's going to go on this great chase. It's a little bit too risky, especially since he doesn't even necessarily know where Clix himself has landed, so he doesn't want to get taken down a little early.
I think if Benno had a shockwave there, he would have gone for it. He would have full sent it, but no mobility means you're going to have to come to a halt. Alex on the other end, he's got Cypher PK in his sights, and Cypher, shockwave to safety just in the nick of time. He'll be able to reunite with Moxie, and she'll play that supportive measure, that backup unit. And that's going to stop Alex in his tracks. He can't continue to press that issue.
You know, watching the Milk Cup, Moxie was trying to make a last game run in that final game of the day. I think they had like 15 plus elimination before they eventually went down and were cut short. But that's the type of confidence I do want to see from these teams. Take control of your own game. Get aggressive when you can, especially if Alex and Loser Fruit are landing on you and trying to take the fight and catch you off guard.
Scenes at Fort Crumpet, though, is just Queasy trying to take advantage of Seti and Daya spotted off on the bridge a little bit further north. And Queasy, he's always got a very familiar strategy, Jacob. Doesn't matter if it's FNCS, Major Finals, or if it's the Pro-Am. Queasy's going to be looking for height every single time.
And so far about the 8th zone and first 2 games, we have seen them kind of lead the pack in terms of consistently being up there on that high ground. It's just closing it out has been the struggles. Whether it's somebody shockwaving you off of the high ground or you doing it yourself, they need to figure out how to close out those mistakes and kind of minimize how many they're making. It's Coyota, Captain Shota, Log Jam lodging. They're just kind of looting up slowly. There is one player towards their south that they might have to be careful for, but this is a team that is coming in as a little bit of an underdog, so to say. Nobody really expects much from them, even though Coyota is always breaking the mold and showing us new tricks in competitions just like this.
Oh, you can't say nobody, because Captain Shota, if you got a chance to talk to that guy like I did, he was just calling out, we are going to be winning. It's going to take a little bit of a pop-off now to play catch-up, but Alex stopped mid-air by Nate Hill. You want to go for a bloom battle? Nate Hill coming out on top of that exchange. Loser Fruit, all she wants to do now is just wait that full 10 seconds. She's just hoping that Alex is able to actually touch ground, though.
Oh my. I was saying Nate Hill got a good upgrade because he didn't have a shotgun before, but now Regs has the mythic mini gun in reload. That is going to shred if they can keep it towards the end game. Fresh off the respawn, it's Loser Fruit this time around though versus Nate Hill. This is a good amount of loot if they're able to take down Loser Fruit, but I hear the crash pad and there is so much distance being made by Loser Fruit with that heads up play.
But Nate, he's got to be real careful. You don't want to get over ambitious. You don't want to draw too much attention. Alex hiding, waiting to see if he can get an angle and opening any kind of way to find this knock of revenge onto Nate Hill. But Nate immediately causes Seeing that elimination take place onto Loser Fruit now means that Alex will be forced to just continue hiding.
He gets a little bit of the zone. It's just unfortunate where Nate Hill and Regs are currently positioned at. He can't really rotate to either the left or that right side. So he literally has to wait until they disengage off that position before he can do anything. Deep into Dirty Dogs, Faxity, Reason, a late entrant not only to a competition like this, but a late contest on this side of the map, and it looks like they're leading the fight. Reason does have the breacher, so he can break through these builds relatively easy, but they're shock waving to try to find safety, and Reason is going in onto Gon. They realize this is a 2v1. It's now or never, but a big shot from Gon is going to slow things down.
And Flakes, he's got to come play a little bit of supportive measure. He knows that Gon just got a huge crack onto Reason's shield, but Faxity, Reason, now split angle approach. Gon gonna crank all the way to the high ground, just crash pad to safety. He does have a Chug Jug, and with Flakes nearby, Flakes is gonna be the one to actually cut off that line of sight there for Reason and Faxity. But this fight at Dirty Docks, it's inevitable, Jacob, because there's only one way to actually make it towards the edge of zone. Faxity and Reason, we're going to have to approach one of the two other teams landing in that POI, and it just happens to be the Brazilians every time.
Yeah, and it's just now turning unfortunate for both of them instead of just Faxity and Reason. The zone is pulling further and further to the east, so there's so many more teams that they're going to have to find a way to make their way through, including Peterbot and Ozzy, who just got their first elimination.
And onto Bugha nonetheless. Peterbot just so dastardly. The moment that he sees anybody, he's so down to just key them immediately. That's brimming with confidence.
I think first place was about 27 points. That was Clix and Lacey. Second place only 3 points away. 3 eliminations separating as of now. But you can see that two teams still over here. 1 damage per tick in the zone. There's a lot of chug barrels, a lot that you can go ahead and recuperate the HP, the bandages as well. So it's not too much of a worry that they're staying here, but look at all the resources that they're using. Reason is almost out of those small bullets. You see him just 5 shots left in the shotgun. Luckily, Faxity is there to finish off that elimination and give him the loot he so desperately needs.
That was a great snipe by Faxity, making sure to cut off that escape angle. But at the same time, Jacob, they spent so much time. This was such a steep investment, fighting for so long at Dirty Docks, and they're not exactly better off for it. Loser Fruit gonna add to the count, though. 1 more elimination for Faxity and Reason to take advantage of. But they are still out in no man's land compared to where other teams are already positioning inside of the zone. And with the amount of time spent, they might as well just continue to play exclusively for eliminations.
Yeah, especially since, you know, if you're in full control, you have all the loot, and you hear those players just getting rebooted over and over and over. You know that that solo player is staying by, and you can just continue to farm just like they're doing so far. Cold and Courage rotating through Slurpy Swamp. They have to be careful. Seti and Daya right above them. Mongrel on Ollie A just close to the zone, and there's still one more team as well. All of them have a little bit of priority over them on this rotation for now.
A lot of bodies, though, at Slurpy Swamp, and we all know Peterbot does not like anybody in his territory. Might only be a matter of time before he looks to start clearing out some of those teams and playing a little bit more aggressive, but peeking back in with our Game 2 winners, Lacey and Clix. If they can continue to replicate the level of success they found in the last lobby, Jacob, they might start to run away with this one.
They have that calm, cool, collected demeanor. They have the chemistry. Best friends, some would say, as Ozzy's on the other side, putting pressure down from above. Peterbot's to have a crash land. He's trying to make his way up with that shockwave. Meanwhile, that full duo that they were going up against quickly made their way on out. You said it yourself, Taco. Slurpy Swamp, that belongs to one man and one man only, or boy. That would be Peterbot. And he's just really wreaking havoc all around the lobby. And you're seeing that he's going to pack a punch in his loadout. It's not just the Thunder Shotgun and the Mammoth. He's making sure that he has the SMG as well. That way he can just end a fight in the blink of an eye.
But with the way that Peterbot and Aussie essentially just reclaimed Slurpy Swamp, they forced every single one of those other teams that were trying to take advantage of some of the heals surrounding Slurpy completely away. He's not allowing anybody else to utilize those resources. It's only Peterbot and Aussies to take advantage of. Ronaldo, Kanata, they're one of those teams a little bit stuck on the outskirts of Slurpy, but they got a decent little loot pile next to them.
see, I knew this was the only team with 2 FNCS championships, but with a Chapter 2 Season 1 win, Ronaldo is the only creator with an FNCS champion. Hey, that's got to give a little bit of confidence for someone like Ronaldo. I know we were kind of watching him practice in the rooms. His mechanics are there. It's just kind of like the outside factors that change when Fortnite and the meta changes.
But Ron doesn't even need the championship title. Ron would have that confidence regardless of the circumstances surrounding his competitive history. Ali A, though, Zeke was asking for it. Guys, please stop bullying him. And it seems like it's worked out so far. But Mongrel, Ali A, they might be running smack dab into Cammy soon. Gotta keep an open eye out. Clix has lost Lacey, though, and we are rapidly approaching that no more reboots territory.
This is best case scenario, though, with Lacey going down, because you got a max pull to the south, which means a lot of those teams are already going to start their rotations on over. Just need to figure out how you're going to get the loot. And if Flakes and Gon are going to push up on you, but no, it's actually Clix the one looking to get aggressive. If he can win this 2v1 fight, that's the loot that they need. And there's a big shot on the Gon. He goes back to back. Flakes is feeling the pain as well. Clix is not slowing down as he does get the knock. Gon is gone. He is out of here. And now that is Lacey's loot.
And Clix, he's still looking to chase him out. He wants to get this duo fully eliminated. Flakes barely managing to survive. He's trying to run every which direction. One more shockwave to create some space. Lacey with the tag from overhead. They're crash padding in. They've got Flakes on the run, but he's gonna sit and hide inside of the bush. They don't have any idea where he's actually scurried off to, and they'll be forced to just head right back to the zone.
Flakes did his job. He gave Gon a chance to get rebooted back up, and with him staying alive, there's going to be a second chance as well. But I wish them all the luck in the world, because look how stacked that side of the zone is when the reboots finally turn on. Luckily, there's barrels. There is Slurpy Swamp, so there is going to be some chances. But you got to give credit, all the credit in the world to Clix. Not only making that opportunity possible, getting Lacey back in the game, but getting him loot. Isn't that the creator's job?
But it's just not enough loot, and Clix, he's gonna pay the ultimate price. They're victims now to the rest of the lobby. Everybody holding into their position, and they're down and out for the count, Jacob. They'll go back to the battle bus for game 4.
That is just 8 placements too short to get any placement points. At least he was able to get some eliminations to keep the points flowing. As Faxi and Reason just getting targeted. Luckily for them, as of now, they're on the front side of the zone, so eventually teams will have to start to rotate their way in. Just how long can they keep a hold of this pressure? And it seems like things have settled for them, so it's about assessing the situation. And you can see they're using everything that they have, every resource. Bandages first, then the Chug Jug if needed. And this is how Gon is just getting put in the ringer right now. Another elimination, and it's after 7th zone. He's not coming back this time.
And Gon and Flakes just caught in the crossfire for way too long. First it was Faxity and Reason, but Benno, Reddish, they're looking to keep the ball rolling here. Reddish is gonna have to take a moment, replenish some of those shields that she lost. But with 6 splashes, a couple of big pots, it's gonna be no issue whatsoever. They're definitely looking nice and healthy, but the high ground is what might be up for grabs soon.
Yeah, right now we see Queasy and Nick at 30 on one side, but on the other, Ali A and Mongrel are actually making an attempt for it. Might be a little bit too soon though. 7th zone may wait just a little bit longer, especially with one team getting focused, but they do have it, and they have it secured for now. You see them firing off into the distance. That's Queasy and Nick. They're seeing where this zone pulls, and Mongrel and Ali A, they get the zone pull. They get high ground priority.
But the for now is the key word here, because the moment that Ali A tries to get a peek overhead, Queasy just immediately pushing him back. They're still looking to play for that height takeover. And Queasy's intentions, this could be an all-out brawl for the high ground in a matter of seconds here. But the whole lobby is on the move, Jacob. They're all trying to control that front side.
Even Alex using the crash pad that wasn't even his. Mongrel, he's been in this situation before, being able to hold on to that high ground. Ali A is doing his job right. Anybody that flies past, he's trying to put down pressure, trying to land some damage, make it easier and easier for the lobby to thin out. But Reddish has just got taken down, leaving Benno by himself. And you can see he only has 3 minis, so he's going to need an elimination if this goes to a heal off.
He does have a lot of builds to work with, though, for the time being, but he's got Kanata and Stable Ronaldo directly underneath where he's boxed up. Mongrel still trying to control height, but Queasy, Nick A30, they're overtaken. Mongrel by his own, he can't keep
was a 200 IQ play. You had Nick at 30 pushing up, being the actual aggressor. Queasy in the distance landing the damage. Ollie A is now down. Mongrel's by himself. 90 on the Chug, only 25 builds left. He's trying to keep his position in the front side of the zone to attack. But for how long, with more and more players starting to put pressure, you feel and hear the shots firing onto his builds.
Oh, but Cammy just got shockwave deep into the heart of the storm. Peterbot, one more time, as a solo. He's gonna have to use the slurp juice. He's gonna have to find some more eliminations if they want to make up for the placement points with those individual elims. And Mongrel might just be the target in his sights. Mongrel doing everything he can, working his way through the low ground, but he doesn't have enough. Peterbot, though, getting caught up in more action than what he bargained for, trying to get the layer switch over, and he's going straight for the high ground tackle.
Might not take it all. He missed that opportunity. Goes straight down to the low ground. Thanks to that elimination on Mongrel, he does have some Chug left. Veno's doing the same thing, getting aggressive, forcing players lower and lower on his current position. Queasy and Nick, third time could be the charm. We've seen him on high ground. Let's see him close it out.
But Kanata, Ronaldo, they just been skirting by. Peterbot with a fourth elimination now onto Nate Hill. And it could be disastrous for Savage. He's trying to see if he can make his way forward, but Peterbot actually going to be the one caught off guard. Rex from behind, just taking him out. A menace to the lobby, no lore, but Rex paying the ultimate price. She's also been eliminated. Thomas bringing down Mr. Savage, and it's all by himself that he's got to keep this one alive.
Oh no, Shockwave just a little bit too far into zone. Only 10 on the Chug, so that's essentially going to be a non-factor. Down below, one of the few duos left in this game, Ronaldo and Kanata. They are the ones on the hunt. They are the ones causing complete chaos down below, especially for any team that crosses path, and the Gentle Mates have just been separated. Nikoff is down as Ronaldo picks up his third elimination.
But Ronaldo, he's running slim as far as the builds are going, and Seti, he might have to drop. Seti might have to get involved, getting a couple of tags. Kanata's shield's so incredibly low, but Seti, he's all by himself. He's just trying to stay out of the line of sight, and he can't go much further. He's gonna have to block his view.
From a top 2 to a top 3, at least he's staying consistent. As Nick dropping down from above, no builds. Queasy taking a huge amount of damage, 10 HP each. They're scrambling to try to make a play, and Nick at 30 is amazing with that elimination, but it's Ronaldo, it's Kanata, the thieves of the night, they steal away the game.
Ronaldo and Kanata from out of nowhere. They were always a part of the conversation, but everybody just took their eyes off for long enough that Ron could close this of a former
Hi boys, don't lose your voices before you've had a chance to talk to me. Pretty excited about that one. Everyone had their eyes on you going into this competition. Game number 3, you finally show up. How does it feel?
I mean, this guy right here is the GOAT, man. This guy's the GOAT. This guy's solo clutch, and you know me, I'm a FNCS champion. I carried my squad back in 2019. You know, the genetics and everything. We just a go to do it. We waiting. When's next game?
I
mean, to be honest, that was probably the easiest game of Fortnite I've ever played in my entire life. All right, I'm not gonna even lie. We finally got a South Zone. Finally. If those who know, you know what I'm saying? We finally got a South Zone. The first 2 games, we're top left. We're running the whole map, landing bottom right. We finally get a zone, and I said we're gonna win it. And what happened? We won that game.
I feel like I'm hearing some excuses though. Are you saying you're only gonna win this if you get Southside zones?
He said, watch, if we get a zone, we're gonna win. What happened? I mean, look at it. The first 2 games, 2 pulled max. Get what we did. Top 5, top 3, and now we won. Easy.
All right, well, let's see if you can make it easy. As you were saying, Ron?
It's not over yet, though. We still got 3 more, so, hey.
There you go. Let's not get ahead of yourselves. Galen Center, please show some appreciation. It's Ron and Kanata. Let's head back to Zeke.
No way! The Pro-Am is delivering on the entertainment right now. Oh my gosh! I am just so in love with this format. I'm so in love with Reload, and I'm in love with everything we're seeing right now. I cannot believe we got a win from Kanata and Stable Ronaldo!
I mean, what a way to win that, right? The solo clutch, Kanata as well. Listen, I got you with the callback right there to Major 2. If you know, you know. South Zone pulls in their favor, though. They do win the game, gosh. Kanata's just so good. Honestly, I mean, you know, we make jokes all the time about when zones pull this way, that way. When Kanata pulls a zone, he usually does very, very well.
We like to talk about players that kind of fly under the radar, and for whatever reason, Kanata, we just keep forgetting that he is one of the best players in Fortnite. He is the only player in the world to make all 26 FNCS Grand Finals. And to see him be here on the FNCS Pro-Am to prove himself on the caliber that we expect him to, that's what I love to see. But honestly, Stable Ronaldo is really surprising me. We talked about a lot of these influencers being their loot llamas. I think Stable Ronaldo is pulling all the weight as well. Look at that, 3 eliminations each. It was Ronaldo to get the final.
It was equal right there at the end. I mean, 4 eliminations of after the tournament ends. How many times the quote-unquote content creator was able to match the eliminations of the professional player? But with game number 3 right there, Kanata and Stable Ronaldo, first place.
Oh, no.
Wow.
We are halfway through this competition, and once again, those standings get flipped on their head. Now, we are at the halfway point, which means we're going to give the players some time here. They're going to go ahead and head back with 3 more games to go. They got to start talking strategy, what they're going to do in that second half of the competition. I want to also highlight here, man, Queasy, Nick A30. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. Like, Queasy is a legend already. We all know that. But the fact that consistently we are getting these height endgame situations out of Queasy and Nick A30, by the way. Because sometimes, you know, just one of the duo, think about that last game, game 2, Clicks left as a solo. Nick A30 is right there with Queasy.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing such a good job. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit worried after games 1 and 2 because it looked like nobody was really going up for high ground. So I was like, well, if anybody starts to like shoot up, pressure them, tries to take it before them, like what's going to happen then? Game 3, Mongrel and Allier were actually up there on the high ground. And that lasted for about a minute because Queasy just knows how to take the high ground as well. Got to give a big shout out to Nick, though, because it's not easy to kind of follow up on those takes.
No, I love that you talk about Mongrel taking high ground, though, because if you looked on the other side of zone, around zone 8 there, that was when Nick A30 and Queasy were essentially egoing. Typically, when one player starts to establish high ground, they kind of hold it until someone either chops them or tries to steal it away from them. But to ego a player and to just build your own high ground on the other side is a different sense in itself. But Queasy, Nick A30 doing a great job. Nick A30 getting an elimination onto Seti, one of our invitational winners, is definitely going to be in his highlight reel.
Beautiful shot right there from Nick.
Dude, and I love to you kind of bring up Seti. I love that we've also kind of been seeing Seti. He's kind of like lurking, right? He keeps making these end games. In game number 2, we saw him kind of paired up with Daya as well. They're on the low ground. I mean, Seti is like, he smells blood in the water, right? Like, he's that shark lurking in the depths, waiting to strike. And the problem is, we kind of keep letting him make to end games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to pat myself on the back a little bit here, right? We were talking about the duos, having a little bit of a conversation. I was like, I swear, Seti and Daya, they're like good on paper. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I swear they should be good. They're like, nah. Shout out to KXR, though, because I saw KXR put some respect on Seti and Daya's name as a duo in this competition. So far, though, I think they're proving everybody wrong.
I mean, you called it out, honestly, that we have a lot of FNCS competitors here, a lot of people that make it to the grand finals, but this is a team that has won multiple lands to both of their names, between the Milk Cup, between the Invitational. These aren't just land competitors, these are land winners right here. And that's why we are currently seeing them in their 2nd place spot. But for me, I'm looking at eliminations, and I have to look to Ozzy and Peterbot. 16 eliminations, the most in the lobby, but of course, placement is where they're falling short.
Yeah, I was actually, looking towards that as well. No surprise that they do have the most. It's also kind of crazy looking at that leaderboard, how close, like top 7's very, very close. I think it was up to like 3rd place. There's only a 6-point difference right now, so it's still pretty much anybody's game.
Yeah, that's really scary. We kind of missed out there at 2nd place, right? Cooper Zemi still also hanging on there, making sure that this 1st place spot doesn't get too far away, right? I mean, just to see like the I love that reaction. The variety of talent, really, from every single duo. It doesn't matter who we tune into. There's excitement. There's plays being made. Like, man, Reload is just so much fun.
Yeah, it really, really is. And shout out to Alex, right? Because Alex kind of putting on an early game clinic right now. Definitely going for those aggressive pushes. That game, though, definitely got a little bit of a pushback. Nate Hill was moving a little bit. Actually took out Alex on a push and was able to pick up a couple more eliminations kind of following up on that.
Yeah, we like to talk about kind of these micro adjustments that players make during the tournament, because although you can prepare for reload, playing at home, playing ranked games, there's only so much that you can really prepare for a tournament. The meta kind of evolves as the tournament goes on. So to see Nate Hill kind of respond to how Alex is playing, because we saw Alex, like you said, going for those early aggressions and then just kind of punishing the players near him. Making those small adjustments like what we saw from Nate Hill is what allows you to stay at the top of the leaderboard.
I'm curious, right? Now that we have kind of this halftime, we're kind of going to give these players time to think and kind of take a step back and collect themselves. I'm wondering what they will bring for the second half of the competition. For now, though, we will go to a little break. When we return, more action here from the FNCS Pro-Am. What is going on, Fortnite fam? Welcome back to the FNCS Pro-Am. Again, we're here during the halftime, waiting for our players to kind of take a small break, and then we'll get back to the action. But first, we got to introduce you to David. Yeah, I know.
What's going on?
David is here.
Come on now.
We're standing next to David. The internet will never forget this happened. David, welcome. How are you feeling?
Bro, I feel like static. It's Fortnite. It's Fortnite. Come on. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. So, David, you know, what brought you to Fortnite? Why
Man,
Fortnite, of all games?
Listen, in 2017, I found the game on a PlayStation Store. I downloaded it, and I got into it super early, maybe like Season 2. And ever since then, I've been addicted to it. I can't lie to you. Ever since then, I've been addicted to it. Crazy, bro.
Okay. So we was talking a little bit before we obviously hopped on here. Tell everybody what you told me. I was like, you know, have you been keeping up with Fortnite competitive in general?
Yes. I'm coming for that. I want to be a pro, too.
Look at that.
My journey not done. I did the music. I got to get back into the Fortnite, bro. Come on now.
That's awesome.
You know?
So watching the competition today, then, who you going to be rooting for?
I think Ronaldo, bro.
Okay.
He's going crazy. Peter Bart going crazy, too. He's literally clip farming right now. He's literally clip farming. So, you know, yeah.
I mean, you brought up your music. You just released a new album.
I did.
Congratulations,
Thank you.
first of all. But I gotta ask, man, listening to your own music while playing Fortnite, is there a song in your new album that you're like, it's go time, WTV, end of the game?
I think Feel It.
Yeah, are you
That gets
feeling
me in
it?
the mode. That gets me in the mode. Yeah, Feel It. That's the one.
Dude, I love that. What inspires you, man? I mean, obviously you're like kind of a prolific musician. You know, you're coming in. Obviously, Fortnite loves you a lot. So, what inspires you?
Right now, it's a lot of movies, television, and just life experiences, bro. Especially the games. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
All right. Talk to me a little bit about the watch party you got going on then, because I just found out you
streaming
were
it up there, bro. I've been
Streaming.
getting my little commentator vibe. You know, I've been checking in on players, see if everybody's locked in, and you know, seeing how everybody's doing.
Are you gonna start streaming some Fortnite? Maybe get into some cash cups?
I need to. Yes, yes. I'm going to.
So what you're saying is we should just go ahead and add you to the desk. You're a permanent fixture.
Yeah, you know what? Just keep me up here.
Okay, all right, yeah, let's just pretend, you know, end game, Ronaldo, it's a 1v1. He goes to win. What does that sound like? Go.
Oh my God! Oh my God! He's got it! He's got it!
I think he's hired.
He's hired. He's That's like, this is how we know he's tapped in.
Come on, bro.
I cannot believe. So, like, how's the experience been for you, man?
Bro,
I mean, here it's just so different,
It's
right?
beautiful, man. I dreamed about being here since like 2018. I was like, yo, I gotta be in the stadium. I gotta be in this arena one day, and I'm here, bro.
So is this like the first time for you then? Like
First
trying
time.
to like an event like this?
First time.
Really?
It's blowing my mind right now, bro.
So that means as well you've never actually put on a stage.
Hey, next year, put me up there. Please.
Oh, okay.
Get me on the controller, bro. Get me on the controller, bro, please.
Are you an LA local?
I am.
So what is it like having all of these people from all around the world being able to like compete in Fortnite, one of your favorite games right here in
It's
your hometown?
beautiful just to see everybody come together for this one game that kind of just brings us all together to kind of scream and cheer and champion our favorite creators, our favorite gamers. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful
Dude,
thing.
that's amazing. So, David, before we say goodbye, first off, please tell the people about not only where they can find you, but tell them about your album.
Thank you. All right, my name is David, aka D4VD. My new album, Withered, is just out right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful album. Put my heart and soul into it. Listen to it while you're playing Fortnite and go crazy on the game. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go,
Indeed.
David. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you.
Such a big, honor.
Thank you.
That's David. I'm standing next to David, dude. All right, for now, let's go hang out with Frankie and see what
Peace
she's
out.
up to during the halftime.
Thank you very much. David, do you want to come and visit the player lounge? Because I've got a birthday boy here who would love to meet you. Cypher, PK, do you want a signed copy of David's new album?
David, I would love one. Absolutely.
There you go. Hopefully we can hook a guy up. Now, Cypher, tell me what's happening. You're currently at 20th in the leaderboard. We don't say last year. We say 20th yourself and Moxie. What's happening?
You know, it's very stacked right now. We managed to get a point last game. We shot someone out the sky. We're going to make some adjustments. I think what we're going to do for the second half is just play a lot more aggressive. You know, every point, every kill is 1 point, every elimination is 1 point. And placements are a little bit hard to get because of everyone staying alive. So we're just going to W key and be a little bit more aggressive and see if that works.
I like the sound of that. I mean, Peterbot is dropping near you with Aussie. I don't know if you want to maybe aggress that direction.
Definitely don't want to attack Peterbot, and fortunately so far he has not attacked us. He's busy eliminating Mongrel and Booga and Typical Gamer, so we're going to keep it that way, hopefully, you know. My one birthday wish was to not be attacked by Peterbot.
Oh, that's slightly awkward because I thought your one birthday wish was to get a cake personally baked by Mr. Courage JD.
Everybody, today is Cypher PK's birthday. Join me in singing Happy Birthday to you.
Like chilling out. Busting out and swerving, moving fast, no time for chilling out. We got the bag. Determined to chase pay. Is you gon' ride silly? Playing in they face, see why we call it the Crimson City. Popular, sitting pretty, nimble, demure, and witty. Living for the thrill, hoping people don't try and zip it. Pretty with an attitude, it's ugly if she mad at you. Setting up the profit for the taking till it's tangible. Vroom, that's them rolling up. Shh, that's them loading up. Everybody underestimating, time to show they bluff. Go and get the bag. 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 Cold-blooded road runner, you don't want it. Adorn to go with icy VVS like some snow coming. Run up all the loot at this moment or it's more gunning. Zooming in and out these banks, they gon' need more funding. Go and get the bag, call your squad, they gon' blow something. Go and get the bag, more jewelry and more money. Get the drop, they taking, breaking in, I bet it's making out. Busting out and swerving, moving fast, no time for chilling out. All of these